Woodford Reserve Malt. Greetings, my name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. Our story begins 2 years ago when I went to Kentucky. That was my, was it? I've only been there twice. That was my first trip there, and I went to Woodford to pick up something. At the time, I hadn't really heard about their malt, so I am curious as to what this will taste like. I honestly don't really know at all. We are going in at 90.4 proof. Oh my god, more plastic. Now, I will admit that the Woodford ground, wow, that was nice. It came off pretty easily. Was a beautiful location. I didn't go on any tours. Tours, but what I did was look for something to purchase. I always went to Kentucky distilleries thinking they had some kind of distillery only bottle. Most of them don't. With that, I am curious to try this. Really? Okay. Hey. All that effort and that's all I get. You know what it is? This thing feels like a giant flask. I don't even know how to do this. There we go. Oh. I so felt like I was going to drop the whole thing. We begin with the color. What is wrong with me? I love it. Perfect bourbon color. Nothing wrong with it. Oh, it's making me think of caramellos. I love those things. I once ate so many I made myself sick. It looks delicious. On to the nose. Oh, musty. I was also going to say malty, which shouldn't surprise me at all. There's a nice subtle sweetness. You can still get the vanilla and the brown sugar, thankfully. I will say I've never been a big Woodford fan, but I was in Kentucky and it wasn't hard to get to. They're all fairly close together. While I didn't do much there, I did enjoy it. And that unfortunately was in 2021 when things are still a bit weird. The only thing I did do is end up getting a cocktail in their very vacant tasting room. I'm not even sure what it was. It was just a giant room that wasn't operating because disease. I got a slight apple. Yeah, there's a peculiar fruit note. I will admit the nose is fairly simple, and it's odd because I'm drinking this, I knowing it's Woodford, and thinking it's bourbon. It isn't, but it has a lot of similar qualities. It's reminding me of Easter chocolate. You know, that stuff you get at Easter. It's chocolate, but it's not really that good, and it's a little waxy. But you eat it anyway as a kid because it's chocolate. Usually it's a weird bunny chocolate. It also has a type of vanilla, but I'm having a very hard time pinpointing what kind of vanilla. Ooh, I like that one. We're going with a lightly powdered donut, like powdered sugar. Ooh, that's enough nosing. Onto the palate. That went in about 5 directions at the same time. Ooh, first whiskey of the day. Thankfully, it did not taste bad. It just did that. So hopefully I'll be able to find out a little more about it by holding it in my palate. Slightly sweet. It's making me think of coffee grounds. Vanilla bean, like the actual vanilla bean. But it's clingy. The finish keeps going. There's something right near the start. Grape nuts? Odd. I'm still getting that little prickly note that I often get with rye. It's like it stabs it a bit. Yeah, the middle of it gets dry. Raisins, oatmeal cookies. Huh. And then it fades out dry. It's still clingy. So it's not drying out my whole tongue. It's more coated. It's not an outstanding palate. It's not something like, oh my gosh, this is delicious. But it is an interesting one. Not overly complicated. I'm actually having trouble picking out a lot of notes because a lot of them go by really fast. Like, again, the one at the start that I get. I think I said grape nuts. That's right there. Right at the beginning. That's an odd one. It's like a note just dipped, going by. and then kept going. So I only tasted it for a second. It's pretty good. I think this would be a good introductory to American malts. And you can very likely find Woodford malt out there on the shelves nowadays. Not too shabby, not something I grab for myself very often, but I'm glad to see Woodford changing things up just a little bit to get their toes in the American malt trend. There you have it, folks. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you out there. Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.